Today, we are taking it all the way back to the 80s. This is Cat Bush's Running Up the Hill, reimagined from the scratch. Released in 1985, Kate Bush's Running Up the Hill became one of the most iconic tracks of the 80s. It's haunting, emotional, and instantly recognizable, a song that broke boundaries at a time when pop music was changing fast. The song climbed charts around the world, and decades later, it's found new life again, exploring back in the spotlight through Stranger Things, introducing an entirely new generation to Kate Bush's genius. Nearly 40 years later, it's still one of the most streamed songs on the planet. That's the kind of timelessness only true art can achieve. At its core, the track is a masterclass in 80s production. Kate built it around a single Fairlight sample, looping endlessly, military-like drone, adding the Lynn drum patterns, dramatic snares, and the song became this massive, emotional soundscape. It feels cinematic, ahead of its time, and still unmatched today. My goal wasn't just to copy the sound, but to bring the same emotion alive again and remind us why Running Up the Hill still hits so hard even now. The song is in C minor with around 108 BPM. We're gonna craft those amazing drums first. The song uses that legendary Lynn drum, classic 80s synth pop, so I'm gonna go to the Addictive Drums too and get that vintage drums. Addictive Drums offers the best live drums with unique warm tone and texture. So in my drum kit, I have this Lynn kick, this snare, and these two toms, along with this hat. For the kick, EQ, compression, and some saturation, I also added a tape noise. The room mics plays a crucial role here. And the same thing goes for the snares, just slightly pitched up. And then we have this simple hat along with two toms. These two toms are panned left and right to create the dynamic wideness. And this is what we have with the room mics and overheads. We are putting some extra reverb and delays to create that wide image. It makes a huge difference. Just listen to it without and now with effects on. As I told earlier, we have this kick, this snare, two hats for the dynamics, and these two toms. And this is the pattern we are playing. Cool, now let's get to the bass. I'm using this 70s J bass from the Moto Bass 2. It has that warm tone to it that makes it steady and alive in the mix. For the intro and chorus, we just play in C note with finger picking style, muting around 40%, and send it through this amp. That's all. And for the verse part, we have the following pattern. And now let's get those main melody hook. This song Running Up the Hill uses the CMI Fairlight released in 1979 for the main hook, leads, and main chords. So for the main hook, I use this Cello 3 sample in Arturia CMI 5. I kind of tweaked the envelope and this vibrato a little bit. The main element that gives this sound the unique character is this portamento or pitch bending. Now when I press play, we get this. It's still not ready yet though. we still need that slap delay and reverb. For the slap delay, I'm using this Echo Boy. 16th note delay with 50% mix, and the saturation cranked all the way up. To make it huge, we need reverb, so I put this long reverb tail with ducking feature on. Now let's figure out the chords. So we have this main chords: A flat, B flat, and C minor. To create this, we need that CMI Fairlight again. I'm using this Cello 2 sample this time. As you can see, I'm playing each chord separately to get that dynamic pitch bending and more control on each chord. Let me show you. So this is the A flat, B flat, and C minor. I rendered all the chords and merged it, and we get this. You'd be wondering, what is this background noise, his sound? Well, this is coming from the J37 tape saturation, that's all. The same process goes for the chords in the verse, rendering each chord, consolidating all of them together. To make it balanced and controlled, first I added this EQ, removing the lows and just balancing things. For the saturation, used my go-to plugin, the Decapitator. And this bad boy, my bad, it's Echo Boy, takes the simple chords to the heaven. I'm in love with this preset. This is called Chorus Tank. Now let's hear both of them together, the chorus and the main hook. You tell me if that's not incredible. So now let's make those military drone type sound. This one. And guess what? We are again going to the CMI Fairlight again, using the same cello samples like the main chords, and we'll use this C minor chord with a huge amount of reverb. And now we're gonna feed the reverb cello back into the sampler. I looped a portion of the tail and ran the track through some more reverb. That's it. On top of that, I added this pad, more of a choir sound. The chords are following the pattern of the main chords though. To glue them together, I added again the Echo Boy. I don't think I can live without Echo Boy now. So now let's see what we have in the premix. Amazing. So now let's quickly mix and fine tune it. drums are good, but they are not giving off that 80s vibe. They are not huge, so we'll have to make them blast. We'll use this chef's channel strip, heavy saturation, 5 to 7 dB of compression, and some EQ. That's all. And this devil log, justifying why it's called a devil. You hear the difference, right? Just watch the difference. Lifeless and humongous. Absolute beast. Now let's fix the bass. I added some preamp gain, some mids and lows to get that extra analog warmth. Have you ever heard of putting delay on bass? You must have. So I'm gonna put this slap delay. You know, I go through presets and see what I like the most, and then I tweak it if needed. That's too much. Let's stick around 20 to 25. And lastly, an EQ, more like a multi-band dynamic EQ to control things, and sidechain to duck out when the drums hit. I wanted some tape saturation on the pads and ambience. That's why I added this J37 tape saturation. Some wobble effect, flutter, and some background noises that gives it a vintage and warm sound. And for the main hook and chords, this 1176, slightly compressing and gluing everything together. And some extra warm tape saturation with the Saturn II, with some extra presence and mid-tone. And after a quick mastering, I present to you Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush. So that's it for this remake. If you enjoyed the video, consider like and subscribing to the channel. You can find the samples and project files in the description, absolutely for free. Let me know what remake I should do next. Until then, I'll see you around.